He was just a young black boy with big dreams. Jalen Brooks wanted to be someone. He wanted to build, to create, to lead. But in a small classroom years ago, one bitter teacher crushed his spirit with a few cruel words. "You'll never be anything. Kids like you don't succeed." Those words burned into his memory. He carried them like a weight through his teenage years. Each time he stumbled, he heard her voice. Each time he faced rejection, he remembered the laughter of classmates who believed her. But instead of breaking him, those words lit a fire. Jalen worked harder than anyone else. While others played, he studied. While others gave up, he stayed late, pushing himself beyond exhaustion. He wasn't just chasing money, he was chasing freedom. Freedom from doubt, from poverty, from the chains of other people's expectations. Years passed. Jalen built his first company out of a tiny apartment with nothing but a laptop and an uncheckable will. He faced failure after failure, doors slammed in his face. Investors who didn't believe in him, banks that turned him away. But each rejection fueled him. Each setback reminded him of the teacher who said he'd never succeed. And then, one breakthrough changed everything. His company exploded in value, climbing from obscurity into a billion-dollar empire. Jalen Brooks, the boy who was told he was worthless, became one of the youngest black billionaires in America. But success wasn't enough. He wanted something more. Something personal, so he returned. Not just to his old neighborhood, but to the very school where his dreams had once been mocked. He didn't return as a student, he returned as the owner. Jalen had quietly bought the struggling institution, saving it from closure. When the announcement was made, staff and students gathered in shock. Among them, the teacher, the same woman who had told him he'd never be anything. Her face went pale when she heard his name. Jalen stepped up to the microphone, looking around the very hallways that once felt like a prison. He didn't shout. He didn't gloat, he simply said, "This school told me I'd never make it. But today, I stand before you as proof that no one can define your future but you. Every child deserves to believe in themselves, and I'll make sure this place teaches exactly that." The crowd erupted in applause. And in that moment, Jalen didn't just win against his teacher. He won for every child who had ever been told they weren't enough. This isn't just a story about wealth. It's about perseverance. About turning pain into purpose, scars into strength, and doubt into destiny. Jalen Brooks didn't just become a billionaire. He became a symbol of what happens when you refuse to let someone else's words decide your worth.